All right, guys. So there's a landowner in town who has a pasture and he leases it out to farmers to have a couple cattle there. And he's actually on vacation for the next couple days. And I thought it'd be a great idea if I got some experience in the whole grazing field and go out and help him with it. So on top of that, I figured I'd take you guys along with me just so you guys can experience what I'm experiencing too. And if you guys see anything I'm doing wrong, or if you guys have any comments, please let me know. Yeah, so on that note, let's get to it.
Well, step one, you gotta turn off the fence, the electric fence, so I don't toast myself. All right, so when I was here yesterday, I set up one of the fences here. Set up the limit for how far the cows could move forward, because they were in this pasture the day before. When the sun goes down, these trees give it shade, and it is about 80 degrees out here. And it appears that when I put this back fence up yesterday, it worked, because it funneled them in to the new section, but then they came back. So I'm gonna try and move them into it. It's very obvious the difference between what's on this side of the fence compared to this side of the fence, and this was only in a day between 6 adult cattle and 6 calves. So they're in the shade over there right now, but to open up this pasture, I'm probably gonna do a little bit more than I did yesterday. I'll give them about a third to work with. And so yeah, I use this reel and these posts to get done. All right, so I'm at the line that had the other one. So to pace it out, I paced the other one probably, I don't know, a good 60 paces. It looks like I might do a little bit more on this one to make sure they're getting enough food for the day. All right, so I did about 70 on this one. So now I'm gonna draw the line across. Make sure we got good connection to the fence. All right, and now that I have the fence in the right place, I gotta tighten out the line. All right, now the final thing to do is to make sure that they have enough water and that it's working properly, and that their mineral and salt lick is good. As long as this is here, I'm not too concerned about them being up there, and they got their pasture to go to up there, so we'll go give them a look to make sure they're all good, and we'll call her a day. I know I told you guys how many were in here, but here's a good view of where they are. They got 3 calves there, another calf over there, 2 there. And
all right, so we're back at the landowner's pasture the next day, and I ended up having to come in the morning because we had a problem yesterday with when the sun sets, it creates shade, which the cattle seem to love to go back to when it presents itself. And so we're gonna go catch them in the morning when they're out grazing the new pasture, the new section we just gave them, and close that off so we can come back later today and then give them their new section.
As always though, you gotta turn off the fence so I don't toast myself. Alright, you can already see from yesterday the difference that there's no shade over here, and so there's no cattle just relaxing over here. And the big problem that is created when you have cattle just chilling over here is it beds it down, and it creates kind of a mud pit if you don't take care of it. And so that kind of just defeats the whole purpose of what we were doing about rotationally grazing them. So you see they're all in the corner over there, but that's fine for right now. We just wanted to stop them from being in this section right here. And so we're gonna grab this handy dandy shebang right here and close her off. Alright, now some of you might be wondering why you'd move the cattle while you still got tall grass like this around. And the answer is really because they don't want to eat the tall grass, and they'll literally eat everything else down to the bare nubs. Like if you look straight down, you can kind of see how everything else in here it's been taken down to, I don't know, maybe 2 inches, but this orchard grass is left full, and it's because it doesn't taste too good to them, because it's done its growing. It's just waiting for the seeds to come and disperse it, and so it doesn't have to put any energy into making the seeds taste good anymore. It's just kind of tastes bland and dirty. So then you move them to the new pasture, so they're eating what they want to eat, and they eat enough. And as always, one of the final steps is to make sure the water's still good, so that they have a water source and that their minerals and salt lick are good. And so tonight I might move the water and salt lick down there, but for right now it's good where it is. All right guys, it's after work, and we're back at the pasture, and we're gonna see how much of the new grass they ended up eating, and that's gonna determine how far up we put their new plot. So let's go check it out. As always, I'm gonna try not to toast myself. All right, so for reference, this is the pasture that the little section that I moved them to the first day, and that went up to all the way to around where the water is. Just a little bit on the other side. Hey girls, how's it going? How's it going? Cool. Yeah, so I think we did that line about right here. Is where we drew that line. So you can kind of already see just how much they've been working on it so far. And you see they're eating what they want to eat and leaving what they don't want. Oh, look at all these little baby cows. And so that's what I'm saying. I can get a good eye on what's going on right now with what they ate today. And that's going to determine what I'm going to get tomorrow. How much I'm going to give it to them on this next one. So it's looking like they really did a number out here. Huh. Yeah, I think I might be about the same, maybe a little more. And to clarify, we're not back fencing them. So when we move them up, we're not putting one behind. Because in theory, if they have enough food, they won't need to go back. So as long as we keep moving enough forward enough, that way we don't have to worry about back fencing. And I think we're good with leaving the water where it is. I might decide to move it later. I'll let you know. Alright, so I got my new line strung right over here for the next section. I'm gonna have them grazed, but honestly, just look. Oh, they got to eat. I gave them a little more this time. Like I said, I was just learning the whole time, trying to figure out how much they were eating on a daily basis. And I think I got a good idea. And so I think this much is gonna be pretty good for them on a day. And so I'm gonna go check the water again, make sure that's all good. And then check the mineral sled. It honestly pains me though that some people really just don't get a chance to see this. Oh man. And, you know, they just know, you know exactly where your food's coming from. Like this. So Salt Lick Mineral's good. That little bull is giving me a few snorts, so I'll let him be, but water's good. I decided I didn't need to move it, so the only thing that's left is to remove the old fence and head out for the day. As you can see here, I'm not even near done taking this line down, but obviously they were hungry, so ooh. Good thing we opened it. So arguably the best part of being able to work out here is the fact that you get to use the basketball.